Taiwan's population of agricultural workers is facing a serious aging problem, and this requires an urgent replenishment of new blood and vitality. In Tainan, 25-year-old farmer Lin Wei-shun is in the business of producing pesticide-free jam. To make sure the jam is free of pesticides, he personally visits orchards to learn more about the fruit's characteristics and the environment in which they're grown. Here's our Sunday in-depth report.
This jar of fresh jam is produced from pesticide-free fruit. It's the work of a young Taiwanese entrepreneur, Lin Wei-shun. As a young child, he remembers his grandmother making mulberry jam. After finishing his military service, Lin began pursuing a similar path, which soon sent him in search of fruit orchards. He traveled far and wide looking for fruit with the best flavor. Lin and farmer Huang Zhengrong became good friends because of a mutual interest in producing jam. In the beginning, Lin sought to produce jam made with lemons, which Huang found very puzzling.
In the beginning, I wanted to say making jam just isn't that simple. Lemons are quite sour. Was he really interested in producing a jam with such acidity?
But in fact, Lin was only seeking the use of lemons to produce jams made only from natural ingredients.
Increasing the jam's acidity means it has more layers of flavor, and then it can be considered more sweet and sour, with the lemon helping maintain the jam's color and the freshness longer.
Lin worked on organic farms where he noticed pesticide-free products smelled better and were fresher. But because of a lack of interest, the fruit wasn't popular on the market, even though farmers felt it was the most problem-free.
You see, I just picked this lemon and it looks so ugly. But I think this is the most natural and it shouldn't have any effect on the fruit.
Because Lin produced jam, he was able to cooperate with farmers on planting fruit to reduce their dependence on pesticides and reduce the number of items that could not be sold because of their strange appearance.
The skin of this fruit cannot be seen when making jam, but the fruit has a lot of flavor, so by making jam we can create added value for locally grown agricultural products.
A potential source is in Yuanlin in Zhanghua County, where Lin seeks out one of 10 Shenlong Prize for Farming Award winners, Jiang Zailang. Jiang's orchard contains pesticide-free guava, which is a perfect ingredient for Lin's jam.
Jiang shipped some of his guava to me. It was quite obvious that the flavor of this guava was quite strong. If I left it for a long time, the entire room will take on the smell of this guava.
When Lin selects fruit, he puts particular emphasis on the fruit's aroma, a key indicator of whether or not the jam will turn out well. Jiang's guava is quite popular. He doesn't sell it in bulk to the market, but instead waits for orders from clients. Lin is now experimenting with sweet bullseye guava.
Wei-shun's jam is very delicious and made conscientiously.
This diced guava permeates the whole workshop with a very rich aroma. Lemon is added to enhance the flavor of the jam. Later, it's all put into a pot to be boiled, which needs to be carefully attended or it may burn.
The normal version of the jam is that it has a very bright color, like the color of the fruit. The moisture won't be completely evaporated. For burnt jam, you can tell from the overall appearance that it's no longer edible.
In the beginning, Lin's foray into jam making didn't go well because he was unable to develop an ideal flavor. He later found out his problems were associated with watery fruit, which didn't have the right aroma.
For example, crystal or pearl guava is not suitable for making jam. I never succeeded in making jam with those fruits, and I didn't know that the type of fruit that I used could be the problem.
During his period of exploration, Lin purchased many types of fruit and different equipment. He spent the tens of thousands of NT dollars he saved from military service, and his family even advised him to give up his pursuit.
His father told him that getting an office job may be better, as life would be easier and he wouldn't need to deal with any of these worries.
Lin, however, did not give in to failure. Even when he had no money, he would go work in a factory. And then he would study from books. In the end, he learned the secret to producing good jam.
I bought some jam from Christine Ferber, a famous jam maker from Alsace, France. Later, I purchased her recipe books, and I learned that jam does not need pigments or additives, but can be very natural, healthy, and fruity.
Slowly, Lin began to find fruit in Taiwan that was suitable for producing jams such as bullseye guava, mango, passion fruit, and others. But after discovering how to produce delicious jam, he now had to think about how to market the product.
He simply said, "Mum, let's send it to our friends and relatives. Give them a jar or two to try."
Lin sent jar after jar of these free samples to friends and family. Each one agreed it was delicious, and soon his visibility increased.
I visited some distributors and some markets to directly communicate with consumers.
He was gradually able to open a distribution network, but what he hopes for more is the recovery of rural communities.
If these old farmers stop growing more fruit, we will need to import in the future. If this happens and no farmers are left, then the whole village may disappear.
The colorful and fragrant fruit jams are not just byproducts of fruits. They embody Lin's ideal of food and his deep passion for Taiwan's agricultural sector.